Alright, yeah, we got this now.
You got this?
Yeah, we got this.
Okay, so group meeting for animated horror short.
Yes. What's the date? The 6th of October, 2017.
Yeah.
11:43 a.m.
And how long is it going to be? So, we've had a chat about sound assets. If we think about a next sprint cycle, what do you want done by next week?
Or we can get the ambience of the rooms done by next week.
Okay, so by Friday, the 13th.
Cool.
How
The
appropriate.
city's right. Oh, he's right.
All right, so we want atmosphere done. So that's going to be what? Oh, that's like room atmosphere. So thunder, TikTok, clock. What else?
Like wind noises.
Wind noises. Yeah.
You've already put down thunder. We can also get like creaks in the doors and stuff like that.
Creaky floorboards.
Yeah, creaky floorboards.
Creaky stairs.
Yep. There's noisy ceiling fans.
Yeah. And then he's saying go for your big FX as well. So I think basically that's the monster stuff.
Yeah, and which is also like the crashes.
Oh, there's so many crashing plates and
Yeah.
glass, so that would be Foley. So he's saying work on atmosphere, but okay. All right, 1 minute 20.
So we're starting from here.
You guys hear the melody in this as well?
Yeah, that's why I did the.
So even in that, thunder, wind, and TikTok clock. Can you hear that moan, low
Yeah.
groan as
That's what I
well?
mean by ambience. Like, it's just the
Yeah.
clock's not so much ambience as like that's more of a sound effect,
Yeah.
not Foley, but it's like sound effect. Whereas ambience would just be like the constant droning stuff throughout the
Like
entire.
this.
Yeah, I sort of spot
Well, he's saying Foley is our characters as they touch things, as they do stuff, as they move around. That's
Yeah.
our Foley. Yeah, that's nice.
You made
I think that was between about 25 and 35 was great because it really builds.
Yeah. It's just like with a pad I made in Serum and just fucking around on the keyboard.
Have
Or
lots
watching
of
the video.
There's lots of pitch downs as well.
Yeah, some good stuff there.
Kind of a pitch movie.
Can I get a small car that doesn't compromise on safety?
No.
The answer is absolutely.
No, absolutely not.
Small cutting fuck.
Billy Bob will give you a good route.
Yeah. But there's a little
Got
half.
that on camera too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what else? So if atmosphere we're taking as stuff that's happening in the room or outside of the room, so the sounds of the parents arguing downstairs and the breaking glass and plates.
Well, the arguing part would have to do when we're doing the dialogue stuff.
And the heavy breathing.
Yeah.
And the squeals. Alright. So I'm going to put that down as atmosphere is breaking plates, breaking glass. So we've got to set up some sort of safe recording zone or something. You know. How about plates? You got some plates you can break for us as well.
From the side and stuff.
Alright.
Smash that windshield.
So there are so many little light crackles because the light goes on and off, zzz, 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 and then there's the big one.
But I mean, our sound doesn't have to be able to see the same.
No.
But just the,
It'd be good to, but it's everything is so synced though. You know what
Well,
I mean?
we should still like with the ambience and like have the builds to have those sounds just like instantly cut in and out. That way they're like little jump scares.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go for light electric crackle, and then there's the zap as well.
Bad Zap has a kick behind it too.
Sort of
More of an impact.
fat big boom kick in there.
Plus the zap.
Hard stuff.
Well, should we just keep going, because we're not doing it by section so much as now
Yeah.
as just like for the entire thing. So if we've got to do atmosphere, we might as well get everything done,
Yeah.
and that's going to be hopefully ready for next Friday, right?
Do you?
Yeah,
Looks
I'd be happy to do
Looks
it.
pretty good with the EDM as well.
I feel like
Yeah.
you've already done it though. Well, I mean, a section of it.
Oh yeah, well that's I can put that up in the Google Drive and just take whatever you want out of it.
Maybe just send me the Ableton sesh.
Yeah.
If it's compatible, it should be.
It's
Um,
legit just one MIDI file.
And so tasks,
Alright, yeah.
we need to get a task list up as well. So a couple of tasks
Do this
would be upload the video to the Google folder.
Yeah.
So that's you.
I'll do all that when I get home.
Okay.
If I have enough time. If not, I'll be up there like around midnight tonight when I get home.
Simon, upload the video to Google folder.
Simon says upload video. Sorry, you probably heard that one a million times.
No, not since I was like 10 or something. But anyway, other tasks. Can you hear the
Yeah, it's not what I mean.
Just-
So-
it's just like ambient room
wind, it's
noises.
like wind.
wind? So I've got wind noises there. Okay. All right. So there it starts becoming really clear. Like the would we say that's more Foley than actual?
Well,
Yeah,
the-
like the argument.
Yeah, the arguing is
Yeah.
more Foley rather than atmosphere.
Yeah.
All right, and then we need to. We've got Bronte on board to do something. But
Cool.
she sort of said, "Well, when's your studio time?" And we don't know. We haven't booked it yet. So we might as well do stuff that we don't need studio time for.
Yeah.
And then when we do, right, we're up to this point now. Then we go and book it.
We
Or
can
at
just
least-
like book a whole day because there'll be 4 of us, 4 hours apiece, and then we can just smash out as much as we can.
Sure. Well,
Yeah,
that's
but
one
definitely
day
for
between
sure.
2 of us, right? That's 8 hours, and then another day would be
Yeah. Two days where we just smash everything out.
Yeah. Well, I prefer to do it like sequentially. So,
Yeah, I know. But like,
yeah.
we'll go in there with the mindset of we'll do this, and if we have more time, we can continue on to this.
Sure. All right. Look, by doing this, but we've almost sort of got a list of stuff that we need for atmosphere, so we're almost done here. And there's different types of thunder. That was like a big crack.
Another
Crack.
thing in the task would be to put in atmosphere triggers, like markers, in the Pro Tools session. That way we know
Okay.
where to put them.
Atmosphere markers in the session.
Just in the marker, just put like Atmos, Thunder, Atmos,
Time markers.
Strike. Yeah.
So, well, I'm already doing the video, so I'll just do that as well. The time markers to cue the atmospheric sounds.
If we all have the same thing, you can just put the PTX file up there.
I don't know how it's going to go uploading stuff, because I know at home it takes hours. So
Just put the PTX file up there. We can just fill in the blanks. If we have all like the sound assets as well, we can just fill in the blanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That might be another thing, is then everyone has to somehow bring all the sound assets together so we can work on this collaboratively. Because it's all got to sync up. That's my
Yeah.
main sort of fear.
Yeah. Well,
I
if
think
we
let's
collect.
have the project, sorry man, at a BPM, whatever BPM we decide. And then whenever you're making your sounds, because you'll make yours in Ableton, you'll make yours in your thing. You'll do Pro Tools.
All tools, yeah.
Then when we all go to import it, unless you just bounce the entire 3-minute length thing, you'll have like these giant wave files.
Yeah.
Assuming you want to have just like the little snippets, I can, in order for us to time it easily, just maybe have silence going from like the start of the bar or whatever the BPM is to whatever the sound makes, and then
Yeah, top and
come
tail.
after. Yeah, but don't just like if it's like a 1 second sound, then whoever's like got the master project will have to literally time everything again. So I reckon it'd be easier if you just have a bit of silence between the start of the bar, because then we'll just have to find what bar to put it on. Oh, it's
Yeah.
that bar. That's way
Well,
off. Oh, it's this bar. That's exactly.
That's something we haven't done, is how long is each sound? I mean, we've done an overview, but we haven't actually said, well, how long this sound needs to be.
Obviously
I
depends on the
started,
sound.
what's that?
Obviously depends on the sound.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that would be another task, is to actually time how long the sounds need to be. Is that a fair call?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got Pro Tools?
Oh no, I'm not on it.
Okay, because you can do the thing where you share the Pro Tools file and you can work on it simultaneously.
True.
That way, like if we do, because like Pro Tools, it isn't like Ableton or Logic where it's like a signed match BPM. Like if you bring something that was like 140 BPM into the 120, it'll still play at 140.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Unlike
like,
it
unlike
needs
in
to be
Ableton, it
recorded.
won't warp it or anything like that.
Yeah.
Mm. The other thing too is that we should be doing this in frames or yeah, frames, because you're saying when you nudge things, it has to be all synced up correctly. So
I still reckon like just do a simple asset, like if we do make sounds, top and tail it in Pro Tools, and we just like create a massive asset folder where we can all just sit down in the studio and
Yeah.
line everything up.
So I think it looks like we're going to have to do more of these meetings at some stage, like next Friday. I mean, you work every Friday. Well, that's something maybe we could do, is put some time aside to start assembling some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. So a task will be to book studio time for next Friday. Who's going to do that?
What studio do we want?
Let's go C24.
We can get the Audient 4816, we can get the MIDI studio, we can get
The Audient 8024?
8024, where are you? Yeah, we can get the 8024 from, oh, we actually have the 8024 in the morning through till 11:30
Next week.
next Friday, yeah.
Alright, well maybe we could just book that from at the end of the class for a couple of hours.
3 hours?
Was
Yeah.
it full 4?
Yeah. Well, from 11:30 till
2:30.
3:30 is 4 hours. What time do you need to be somewhere? So you're good until 3:30 then?
Yep.
Well, that's great. Let's Friday the 13th from 80 Audience 8024. If we've got it, we could always, if we get organised enough, we can get some dialogue happening. We might be able to get Bronte in there afterwards.
I still reckon we should do dialogue last.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
I think let's just put the master BPM at like 130 or something,
Yeah.
and then just snap all your sounds, like top them to start on the bar.
Yeah.
130. Just make lining it up 100 times easier. I'm making it fucking zooming in.
It's the worst.
So just yeah, I don't know about saves.
All right. So Adam, you got that one?
Yep.
Sweet. Thunder. Well, I've worked out how to do Thunder, so I'll record. I'll book.
Wait, you've just got a strike, right? Is there a tail to it, or?
Zoom and record Thunder. It's the metal keeps shaking.
So,
you've got
so there is
something
like
there.
a tail to it, that's good.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to maybe just bring that out with reverb or delay.
Or we could just combine it with like, does anyone have sheet metal at home? That's a very weird thing to have, but like,
I'll sure I got heaps of that lying around.
you work in a warehouse, is there any sheet metal in the warehouse?
Probably.
It's like strike that and record it with your phone and just get the tail of that. And then just combine that with the other sound, that should give it a nice.
Time, how long the sounds need to be. Are we going to worry about that?
Well, depends like on the sound. You know, some sounds are gonna be like,
Yeah.
just sort of look at it visually and you'd be like, that's a light crackle that lasts half a second. And obviously like ambient noises would be like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Or like 2 minutes if it's like rain, you'll just change the EQ, volume and stuff. So am I doing the, basically like the score / ambience?
Pretty much, yeah.
Alright, cool.
Well,
Yeah, just send me like
I'll send you what I've
file
got.
that.
Maybe we could all get to just working on atmosphere and just crank that out. I'm feeling a little nervous about how we're going to actually do this. And then a light crackle as well. Creaky stairs, you got that?
Yeah, we got jumper leads.
Oh,
Leads
nice.
and a battery.
Yeah.
So
Just
Schloke,
don't kill yourselves.
Schloke's got the creaky stairs. And footsteps as well.
Hmm?
You want to record some footsteps.
Yeah.
I can
What
get
about
the
broken glass?
broken glass.
Why do we do that?
Broken plates as well.
I don't know how many plates I have to break. Just annoying.
I can't.
I've got a whole lot of jars at home I could just, throw, not to actually smash them, but just the sound of things being upset within a kitchen. That would work, just get some pots and pans or cutlery or...
So I've got some containers that we can just like bump off a thing and just let them hit the ground. That way it has them actually falling and hitting the ground.
Okay. Yeah, great. Alright, so you've got containers as well. So you're going to book the studio, you've got fan sounds, you've got a creaky door, and you've got containers hitting the ground. I'll do the glass jars.
Sweet. Yeah, so Monday I'll probably book out some of those microphones. Or a microphone and an F8 or something. We go home, just go nuts.
Yeah, that's what we all need to do. So I'm going to book one out straight away because I figure that the sooner I get on top of it, the better I'm going to feel. It's just, I've already got a book out recorder. Glass jars.
How many glass jars do you have to break? Because you can get different intensities as well, like pegging, like just pegging them down, or you can just like drop them and just see if there's any different characteristics of it.
I've got a big, there's a couple of driveways at my place. It's quite a long, it's like on a corner, and as it stretches out along the road opposite a park. And then there's a big concrete slab out the back. So I could set that up, just say, okay, no-go zone for 5 minutes, guys, and just smash shit. I'll try that. But essentially I'm after stuff being upset rather than smashing. But there's going to have to be some glass smashing as well. So.
Well, we can just like bring it down in the
Plenty
mix.
of beer bottles like yourself. But even in recycle bin, just
Yeah.
that would probably work. Glass bottles. They use that glass quite a bit.
The hardest thing is for us going to be like getting the footsteps of the fire. That's going to be hard to line up because like the screen goes black for a minute, so we can just add some random sounds in there if we really wanted to, just to give it that extra.
This guy here,
He's big, so we need a heavy set person to stand.
see there. You don't see that. Squeaky stairs.
It is just the same.
You see that? I mean, like, does she hit glass there? Not
I see
really.
broken glass.
You don't see it, but it's all for dramatic effect. So all that stuff
that's a
there,
line noise.
all that stuff there.
So we should like map out what is actually on that cupboard and see if we can try
You
and
hear that sticky?
like
Alright.
get a plastic bottle and just twist it.
Yeah.
Those are plastic bottles. And what are they? They're metal tins of some sort.
These.
Yeah. And there's that as well, hitting the fridge. So once you get in there and go right through, you've so much. And you hear that string, the violin,
Yeah.
building, and it goes super quiet, which is something that Nick was saying as well. is that if you have a silence and then a big build-up, it adds to dramatic impact. And then
I love this part.
hear all this.
That scared the shit out of
So
me.
full on, yeah.
It's
I've seen it so many times now, it doesn't matter, but yeah, it's like.
Oh. Can we but like the actual crackle, we can just get. Yeah, I just reckon we just get some jumper cables and a car battery.
So I'm saying.
I mean, safety precautions as well.
And a car battery or just a battery? Like
Car
short circuit a battery.
A proper battery.
Cooks on.
Yeah.
Can we not just try and fry something and sample that?
Yeah.
So, you know, like the. When
Get some
something.
T-bone steak
is-
at home.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somehow we would process that. Pitch it up.
Well, I can cook my T-bone steak at home and just have a microphone there the whole time, just recording the sounds. I'm happy to do that. I mean, I get food out of it.
I think. What you, Sean, at the
I
moment.
like that.
At the moment, Sean, you're doing drone wind sounds.
But yeah, it's just like general ambience, right? Because I mean, I'm doing the soundtrack.
Alright.
Score / ambience. So like the drone will be pretty much part of the soundtrack. Be a little more music.
Nah, we got. Please separate it because it'd be really good to have some deliverables by next week that we can start putting it together. Because I reckon the soundtrack would probably be like dialogue, one of the last things we do. Is that fair?
I reckon do them in the same thing, but then separate them when you bounce them out. That way you do have your ambient noises, and then you have the
Yeah.
soundtrack to go along with it. That's two separate files.
Wouldn't the soundtrack be informed by the ambience? Like that might help you to actually write it.
Probably.
Once it's all there, I mean, I've done that before where I sat there and watched what we were trying to achieve and, you know, created the soundtrack or got written down my ideas and then gone from there.
Just depends on how your workflow is, I guess.
Alright, so tasks so far, I've got to upload the video to the Google folder, atmosphere time markers, click the zoom, upload Pro Tools PTX file to Google folder, and glass bottles and glass jars.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Alan's got fan sounds, we've got a creaky door, book studio time for next Friday the 13th, containers hitting the ground.
Sizzling steak.
And don't forget sizzling steak.
You better put it on hot first and then drop that fucker in there.
Oh, hell yeah.
With a lot of oil.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna get burnt. It's gonna be fun.
Actually, just fill
This
the pan up with oil.
steak is going to be well done, or at least seared, very like charcoal. on
Probably
the
raw
side.
in the middle, but like at the outside would be full
No,
charcoal.
don't
But
ruin
they're
it. Don't ruin
T-bones.
it. Yeah.
No, I still want you to enjoy it, you know, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Medium
Don't
rare.
ruin a steak for
Medium
us.
rare. I'll burn my housemate's one.
So you got drone wind sounds.
I'll probably just do it on a barbecue so I can use onion as well to get those sounds.
I was thinking barbecue. Yeah.
I'm
What
always
about a
down for
noisy
barbecue.
ceiling fan? You got a noisy ceiling fan?
I have a noisy ceiling fan.
Do you have a noisy ceiling fan?
No, he said he.
We all have noisy ceiling
I've
fans.
got- Yeah, I've got a bunch of them. I could do it anyway.
Yeah. Noisy ceiling fan.
Or if you have like any bad weather near your place, get outside, be amongst it.
Want to record some wind as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wind.
Get some PVC pipe and just blow through that.
Also, if we actually do have a thunderstorm, I'm coming straight here, hiring like an F8. Staying outside for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then just.
As soon as you go out, it stops. Like, no.
Because like obviously an actual thunderstorm would save us so much
Yeah.
time and recording shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to have the thunderstorm today actually, but I don't see that happening.
No.
I mean, just mine.
If we hire something today, we can keep it until like Monday, right?
Sunday. It's 2 days.
Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
They,
bring it back
they,
to Sunday.
they ask you what time you're bringing it back on Monday.
Oh, so
Oh.
yeah.
I was always told it was 2 days. Like, if you hire it on Sunday, you're going to give it back. If you hire it out on Friday, you're going to give it back Sunday.
So I'm going to hire one out today, and I'm coming in here tomorrow with you. So that's that sorted out.
Yeah, what are you guys working on?
We better wrap it up because you've got to get going pretty shortly. It's like 12:20.
True.
Nice, awesome guys. Well, I'll try and type all this up, and it'll be our ongoing.